Hello! Welcome to RØDECaster User Meetup by Learner to Learner, a collaborative learning channel where we all come together and learn about RØDECasters, RØDECaster Video, RØDECaster Pro II, RØDECaster OG, RØDECaster Duo. I want to welcome my friends from Clubhouse into this conversation as well. Who do we have? We have Tai is here. We have Michelle is also here. Paula is also here. You can also join us participating by being a part of the show. This is a call-in show where if you have RØDECaster related issues, questions, or research into purchasing your next RØDECaster, feel free to come here and ask your question. Now, if you want to ask it live, you can either join us as you saw earlier on Clubhouse, or you could also head to the website. You can go to the website on learnertolearner.com. I will put up the little scroll underneath on the screen. If you're on Clubhouse and you want to follow along and want to watch, tap the YouTube link up on top, then you will be able to see us. I do have to say though, if you want to participate and speak on the show, turn the YouTube audio off so that you can use the audio here on Clubhouse. So how do you participate? If you want to call in, and this is not just for tonight, for any future shows, what you want to do is go to the website learnertolearner.com. I'm going to add that now to the YouTube chat, so you should see that popping up on YouTube. Now, click on the link and go to the website. And when you see the call-in with Zoom registration required link, click on that. Once you click on that, it's going to give you a simple registration page that is just to verify that you are truly who you are and not any Zoom bombers. And so then I will approve. You will come in and participate in the conversation with me here on YouTube. And of course, if you agree to come on, you agree to be on YouTube as well. So we'll take your live questions. If you have any RØDECaster related questions, feel free to also post it in the YouTube chat. In the YouTube chat, you can type in your questions. I will read it and then I will try to answer it as much as I can. And hello, Tai. Hello, Sarah. Hello, Michelle, Paula, and Mimi. Mimi, last week you popped in to at the end and I didn't get to say hello to you before we have to wrap it up and go to sound check. There's a second show, a sister show after the RØDECaster User Meetup called Sound Check, where we open up the discussion to a wider topics, but still stay within audio, but a little bit more than just RØDECasters. So if you all want to participate in Clubhouse or on YouTube, there are ways for you to participate. And for those of you who may not be aware, there is a new beta firmware update that came in. I'm not sure if we talked about that last week or not, but it came out. I believe it should already be there. And I'm going to take a look at what version that is. So if you're new to this, you can go to your RØDECaster, tap on, you see how I have a beta icon on there? That means I am in the beta program. That will serve me any new beta software that's coming in. If you tap on that gear icon, which is the settings or configuration, you get to this page. That's the first page on the menu. Tap on system and then go to information on the bottom right, and it will tell you what version you're running by tapping on view device information. So this is at 1.5.0. This is a beta software. And I have been having a little bit of issue that I related to the latest beta firmware. I'm not sure if that is true or not. Maybe I should ask Charles too and see if that is the case or not. So Charles would just pop on Zoom. I was telling people that I updated to the beta firmware on what is this thing on RØDECaster, and it was I think I might have some issue. I'll describe it to you and see if you're experiencing the issue or not. Have you, however, Have you updated to the beta firmware at all? Or are you just running running regular release,
Just
public
running
release.
regular. Just good old public.
So what I've been experiencing is this it's like a occasional pop, and I'm not sure if it's related to the beta firmware or not, but I started realizing.
Is it related to Bluetooth?
I don't use Bluetooth, so probably not.
Oh, well then I know even on the public, I have gotten the occasional pop. I don't know what the heck it's from. I assumed it was from Bluetooth. I could be wrong.
Yeah, I
But
don't.
yeah, I'm not
It
sure.
sounded like it's almost like a really high pitched pop, like a,
Yeah.
like when you see it on the waveform,
Hmm.
it'd be like a little spike.
Yep.
And it sounded like that, and I thought it was just on my device. Apparently, it's out there on the stream as well. So last week when I was recording, not last week, a few weeks ago when I was recording. Oh no, it was last week. I was recording a podcast, and somebody said that they heard that little. Oh no, it was my Clubhouse room that I was running the music show, and so they were telling me that they heard glitches, and I don't know whether it's related to that or not, but I wonder how many people of you actually use the beta firmware. Do you have any interest in trying those out at all, Charles?
There'd have to be some pretty significant updates for me to worry about the beta in the RØDECaster.
Yeah. I like to try out new things, as you know. Few
Well,
minutes.
I'm beta in just about everything else. So like in my Mac and all my iOS devices and TVs and everything, I always run beta. But I don't know, the RØDECaster, I'm like, you know.
The RØDECaster beta firmware is typically quite stable, but I hear you. If it's not, it's supposed to have fixed the issue that you're experiencing where you are hearing yourself a little delayed. They said they have made the AFX processing a lot more efficient, and therefore it's reduced the latency by 15%. I don't know what that means. Like whether or not can you hear. Now,
Okay.
you will be the person to try it out because you have
Yeah.
just been experiencing it, and I have gotten used to it. My ears are sort of like used to this new environment.
Yeah, but I'm also the person that had my OG set up and never touched it. Like it works. It does exactly what I need it to do. I'm done.
For people who are just hearing you this week and realizing, or maybe it's just me, you sound a little different.
I do because
and we can
I'm not
see
using
on
my
YouTube.
I'm not using my RØDECaster setup.
Oh, you are? Oh, not. Okay, okay.
No.
You're
I'm
connecting Bluetooth to your
Bluetooth.
computer?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. I felt like being lazy. Yeah.
That's okay.
I just came off another Zoom call, so
I see.
I already had this on, so I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna jump in here and is what it is.
Did you so you came back from your trip?
Yeah, I had a great trip to Dallas.
Did you put your gear to use?
I didn't. I didn't have time to do. That's a crazy thing about when you go to conferences and stuff. It's either you end up in short little conversations and you have a ton of time to create content and record and stuff, or you end up in a lot of deep conversations and you never have time to do any, like you're just talking the entire time.
It's always awkward
and that's how it was for me. I mean, no, there was people there that were going around with the all-in-one oh gosh, what is it called?
Like the
Zoom? DJI. No,
the
DJI with the camera built into it.
3.
Yeah.
Osmo Pocket 3.
Yeah, so there was people that were going around with those. There was 3 or 4 people that were doing that. And I mean, there was a few instances, but it would have been like pulling it out and setting it up for like 2 minutes worth of recording, and at that point, it's almost not even worth it. Yeah, no.
You
So
now speaking of your mic setup, you are not using your roadcaster at all. You are using a Bluetooth. I heard the little crackle and pop. Is that what you were referring to? Bluetooth? Like your sound coming to me, I heard
no,
an occasional
no.
pop.
So no, it's in it was in my RØDECaster.
Oh.
Like every now and then I do some like I just hear a faint pop.
Hmm.
Um, I don't know, but it may be like I've got a lot of electronics in a very small area. So there's no, my iPad, which that's what I use for Bluetooth audio, into my RØDECaster for like Apple Music, or other music, that I may use. I typically play Bluetooth into the RØDECaster.
Mm.
Um, but that is sitting on top of a dock. So, there's a lot of power that's going through this
Yeah.
dock and hub. So
Could be a
that could
lot
be
of
the
different
cause.
interference potential.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different potentials for interference,
Yeah.
but it only happens it doesn't happen all the time, it's every so often. Um, so yeah, I don't
Yeah.
worry about it.
Well, I'm going to let you. I message you, but I'm going to tell everybody else too. If you are one of those who ask me, several of you who ask me about my RØDECaster Pro II settings, and if you want to follow along, at least a place to start. I'm going to give you a warning. My RØDECaster Pro setting is specifically for my voice, my environment, my microphone, uh, and my preference. So the settings that I'm sharing with you is all mine. You will have to decide you just need to know if you happen to like set everything the same way I set mine and you are happy with what you're sounding, great. If you're not happy, feel free to tweak it. But I just want to let you know, if you go to the website and if you go to the watch live on YouTube channel, but just click on that link, or if you just go to YouTube and search Learner to Learner, this is the channel. Now, the channel is old enough that you are able to type in Learner to Learner, and the result would actually pop up now. Previously, when we first started, you couldn't even find the channel, but now you can. So in here, under playlist, you should be able to see a new playlist called My RØDECaster Microphone Processing Settings. You can click on that, and I have.
Hi, this is John. A few
That's
of
me
you
talking.
reached
Out to me and ask if I can show you my microphone process. Get unmuted. So this is the playlist. So onto the side is all the various different playlists. So there are 8 videos, and that includes the various different processing and also the what is it? The master compeller as well. I even show you the panning setting, which is just right smack in the middle. But there you go. So that's the my setting that if you want to share, if you want to take a look at and want to start from somewhere, you can do so over there. Looks like we have a question on Clubhouse. Let's see if we can hop over to the chat. Where's the chat? Oh, here it is. Michelle asked, does the Duo typically use a lot of power if I plug it into my docking station? The other things hooked to the docking station stop working. That's probably true. That's probably true. I mean, it needs its own power, but you're saying that like the power is on, right, Michelle? You have the power on just fine, like the separate USB that connected to power, and then the data portion of it you plug into a dock. And of course, your dock, you might need to let me know, is it a powered hub, or like what sort of docking station you're talking about? Do you?
This may also come down to what type of, if it's on a Mac, what generation Mac it is,
Hmm.
and what model, because it may, depending on how much stuff she has plugged into that dock,
Mm-hmm.
it could be hitting just because there's ports there doesn't mean you can necessarily use all the ports at the same time.
You have a bottleneck. You have a limit, like a limited bandwidth if you have a lot of stuff there.
Yeah. So it can cause some things to
She says it's
cut
not
out.
a Mac.
It's not a Mac.
Mm.
Okay. Well, I don't know then.
Then not. I would
Oh, it's a
typically. Oh, she's
Surface.
showing.
Ooh, it's a
She's
Surface docking
showing
station.
this thing right here. It doesn't seem like. Is it a powered hub? I don't see a power plugged into it. So
it is a powered hub. It can be powered. So the power goes into if you're looking at the back image, it goes into that right side.
Oh, I see
And
it now.
then the cord comes out of the left, and that's what plugs into the little magnet connect. That's what plugs into them. But it's ultimately going to be reliant on which surface that she has, as to, just like with Macs. I mean, we can hook up a hub, but if our Mac only supports so many external monitors, it doesn't matter what hub you have and how many video outputs there are, unless you're running like virtual software of some kind,
It's
like Display
it's on
Link.
Surface Pro Go. It's a tablet. So,
Surface Pro Go.
which means you then
That
needed.
is typically that's the mobile processor. What is that? Not Intel, but what's the shoot fire. Just do you know what generation it is? What edition? That would be the next question.
I have no idea about tablet.
Well, I'm hoping she'll write it in the
Yeah, she
in the
will. She
comment.
probably will.
Yeah.
Let's wait for her answer to come in. In the meantime, let's say hello to Rob, who just joined us. Hello, Rob. Hi. You have no sound. Did you unmute your mic, or you did unmute your mic? Oop, no audio from you. Not yet. And John Lowe also saying hello. Hello, John Lowe from Malaysia.
He got some new headphones.
Who did? Oh my gosh, you?
He got some Barodynamics.
You're pretty much having my studio set up over there. Oh, yours is new. His is new. He's like the pro one.
Yeah.
Yeah. If that is detachable, he has the new one.
Nice.
Even though we can't hear him. Well, he obviously couldn't hear us. He just put his
he can
headphones
hear
on.
us. We just can't hear him.
Yeah, that sounds. Is it comfortable? Head nod, yay and nay. What do you mean? What do you mean? Maybe it's because it's new. Oh, it's those that he got. So that was a good improvement. Sorry, Clubhouse people. you have no visual. You don't know what. Let's figure out if we can get Rob connected to his RØDECaster or at least speak. Okay, he's something Zoom. He's 0, nothing. Everything is good. Zoom. It's like a charade. It's a charade. Oh gosh. Okay, let's see. Oh, no, there's no additional information that I'm seeing from Michelle. But so Michelle, one other thing is, now that it's a tablet, does that mean she's using a hub by necessity? She can't use like if you're on a computer, we tip to bypass all the issues about docks and hubs is to plug directly into it. But if she's on a tablet, she may have to rely on that.
She does. In the Surface, she pretty well Qualcomm processor. That's what I was trying to think of. A lot of the Surface Pro Go's run off of more or less a mobile processor instead of like a full Intel or processor. But gosh, as far as what the actual device limits are, that's going to be the hard part because again, it doesn't matter how big your dock is if the
If the
if the
limit,
supporting device will not support that many, it doesn't matter. I mean,
now it sounds like the RØDECaster would work. It's just all the other devices that will lose power. It's like it's only supplying enough power because your
and it
hub
could
can
be
only support up to a certain wattage of power,
right.
and one that is hogging up like you were saying. So what you were guessing and what you were asking is probably correct, that it's
Yeah,
taking enough
it's either a
power.
data limit.
Hmm.
It's either a hard limit set on the data side or hardware
Yeah,
side, or it's a power issue.
yeah.
Like there's just simply not enough power that goes through that hub.
In fact, we were going to talk about sound check to talk about cables. And what happened is when you plug in the cable, a USB cable, for instance, your device would see it and then negotiate how much power or how much data you need, and then
Yep.
assign which port to do what. And if there's not enough either data or power, it's gonna probably pull it from other devices and give that new device the resources. So that's probably true.
Yeah, and that's fun. Like I use one of the anchor hubs, power hubs, where I've got 4 USB-C ports and then 2 USB-As on it. But depending on which device I plug in which type of cable, it will. I heard you there for a second. Barely, but I heard you. It will it will max out certain channels depending on what device is actually connected to that channel. Um, and it'll distribute power differently based on what devices and which cable is being used.
John asked, what do we think about wavelength type Thunderbolt 4 or 5 hubs? I'm not familiar with that.
So I would say, I mean, this kind of gets into like the whole
As
this
opposed to
comes up.
CalDigit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a big CalDigit fan, quite
I think
honestly.
I have a CalDigit. Yeah, I have a CalDigit.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like about CalDigit is, for Mac users, it only utilizes one
One.
Thunderbolt.
I know which one you're
Uh,
gonna like, the Ivanki or something. Is that what you have?
if you're gonna, well, yes and no, but you still, I mean, I don't know. After going through the whole experience with the Avanki, I've used CalDigits in the past. I was hoping Avanki being able to use both Thunderbolt
Uh-huh.
ports would be a much better experience.
Uh-huh.
Surprisingly, it was not.
Oh.
And I know for a fact that that's one of its biggest selling features is that it will use both
Yeah.
Thunderbolt controllers. And I'm on a MacBook Pro, 16 inch. I mean, so there's no limitation in the hardware there. But what I found is I can connect more using smaller hubs. Like my hubs are built into my monitors now. And just daisy chaining my monitors.
What monitor do you
Running
have?
all through one Thunderbolt. Um, Hold on. I should have been
Yeah.
prepared for that.
It's okay. Take your time. What
I
about
just bought
Rob?
them, so it'll be in my
How's my
recent
voice now?
purchase.
Okay, yeah, you're back.
My audio good now?
Yes,
Okay,
we can hear you now.
cool.
But you have a lot of noise in your room. Oh yeah,
I
because
have
you
an
probably have
AC
your AC.
going, yeah.
Okay.
You never told me how to do that noise rejection.
There's no noise reduction on the RØDECaster, not even on the new one.
Oh, really?
There's noise gate, which is not really noise reduction. Noise
Well, I
gate.
tried to do that.
Last week when we did your noise gate, you turned off your AC. Well, it's sort of there. So at least when you're not speaking, we don't hear the noise, but when you speak, as soon as you speak, the gate opens, we hear your actual room.
Right. I was working on that earlier.
Yeah. Which is, you can't really make it go away unless you have some sort of like a noise suppressor of some kind, but roadcasters do not have those.
Well, I got a huge audio suppressor, or like a whole rack gear over here that I could run it through.
You could, yeah. Then your microphone then would be coming through that though. From your
Right.
rack. Okay, so here's your monitor. It's a Dell Ultra Sharp U2724DE. Okay. And it's a WQHD, which means the resolution is 2560, which is also what I have. 2560 by 1440.
And for those of you that are like, oh, why didn't you get a 4K? It's because I have a Mac and they don't scale. So that's why I went with the QHD.
Can you explain why? What do you mean like by they don't scale?
So even if I would have bought a 4K monitor at 27, the pixel density and the way that Mac OS scales, it would have, if I would have picked true 4K in my controller settings in Mac OS, everything would have been incredibly small. So you're inherently having to downscale anyways.
Right.
So it essentially makes no point in buying a 4K monitor. You essentially need to buy a 5K monitor and it will scale at that point. But the biggest selling point on this one for me was the built-in hub. I heard a lot of reviews about it. I think it's like the middle picture there. You can see the hub. And it supported daisy chaining. That was a big deal to me. I wanted to have daisy chaining, and it does daisy chaining via DisplayPort or Thunderbolt. It does either or. So
and this will be a powered hub essentially. So there's
it is a powered hub. Yep.
So and that's important.
Yeah. So I'm able to utilize, 2 USB-Cs, 3 USB-As, or excuse me, 3 USB-Cs, and 3 USB-As in each monitor, all through one Thunderbolt. So I Thunderbolt from my Mac into the monitor, Thunderbolt daisy chain from one monitor to the next, and then I utilize the rest of the ports as USB-C and USB-A. So I was able to get more connected through there more stably than I was through a hub. So yeah.
Rob.
Yeah.
You want to tell us about your headphones and what your thoughts are? The ear pads that you got for your 7506. What's your review?
Oh, okay. So the pads on here are.
Oh, you turned off your AC.
Well, you were complaining, so.
You got it right.
Sorry, wrong button.
Hey, go ahead.
I loaded up the buttons on that thing.
It is an audio related show. We got to tell you what we're hearing. No, go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
Anyway, so I got these. You guys kept talking about the Bear Dynamics, and I'd been thinking about them for quite some time. But the thing that kept turning me off about them was that you guys had a dedicated headphone to them, and I was like, no. That's the one thing about the Sonys that I hated.
What do you mean dedicated headphones?
The line was permanent.
Oh, I see. Got it.
And then I looked at them some more, and then I found out that they had a limited edition one where you could remove
the new one. That's the newer model, right?
Yeah. It's exactly the same. It's just that you can replace it real easy. So it just has a button on the side, and you can just pull it out and put another one in. And that was the thing about the Sonys that I don't like, that when the cable goes bad, you're screwed. You're going to have to take it apart. I mean, they sell another cable, but you literally have to take it apart and put it back in there and wire it yourself. And that takes a little soldering and everything. And so,
And so, but what about comfort wise for your DT?
So
what is it? Is it the DT 770? Your biodynamics
oh yeah,
pair.
it's yeah, these are
Biodynamic. I heard the pop again. I don't know who is it coming from. I heard my pop. And you
so
all, if you know what that issue is, let
it's
me
the
know.
770 Pro X.
770 Pro. Okay, yeah, Pro X. That's right. That's the newer one.
Yeah. And so as far as comfort wise, I gotta tell you that the Sony's with
The
these
new padding.
with the new padding
Yeah, it's
is
nice,
more
isn't it?
comfortable.
It's cushy. It's thick. It's because it's
more,
really thick.
yeah. But
For
I
people
mean,
wearing glasses, especially.
if you keep wearing them, I don't know who's gonna win. Overall, I think these are gonna break down because they're not. These are like it's kind of cheap.
Oh, I see. You mean the pads? Okay.
Yeah, these are they're like slippers. They're gonna
And
wear
ear
down.
pads are meant to be replaced anyway. It's not like you're
Right,
gonna
but
wear
these
them
are like
forever.
your Walmart and
Walmart
they're like,
slippers.
yeah, they're great at Christmas when you get them, but by February, they're not gonna
Well, I
last
can't
long,
tell you. I've
so.
had mine for about 2 years, but I don't use them except for when I'm traveling and when I need to have my portable station. Then I carry that with me. So I don't use them regularly, like every single day. So I can't tell you what is it? How durable it
Reliable.
is. Yeah, how durable
Yeah.
it is. We
And I
have Matt join us too. Hello, Matt.
Hey, I'm still setting up.
Go ahead.
And I just got these yesterday, so I wanted to give
see.
them a good try. So
Yeah. Okay, good. Now, any RØDECaster specific question? We've got one earlier from Michelle about pulling power. In fact, last week we left off by talking about potentially talking about cables on soundcheck, like USB cable and all sorts of different cables. And I've been interested in testing out my various different USB cables because we now, I'm sure, and we talked a little bit about that too with Charles last time. You got like the cheap cables for your kids and to lose cable all the time. And I always wonder when you grab a cable, and even if it might look really sturdy, it may not be a cable that is for data or well built or well equipped to what you need it to do. Some is just like a simple charger. And I'm talking about my USB-C to C cable that I use to charge my soap dispenser. That obviously is not going to be good, but it might get mixed around into the equipment that I wanted to plug into the computer. So I got a tester and I haven't opened it. I was going to open it. I completely forgot about it. I've been so busy. I haven't opened it. Maybe next week we can talk about that, or maybe through Soundcheck I can go grab it. It's supposed to tell you which of all the potential cables that or connection. What's it called? Fiber cables. That's inside. Is it called cable? The copper wires inside the cable. If they're all being utilized, because the cheap cables tend to only utilize like a couple. And so that would at least narrow down if you have any issue with connection from your RØDECaster to your computer. That would be the first thing I can go to test it out and see if it's an issue with the cable. Now, do you all use the RØDECaster supplied
Nope.
cable? Charles, tell us
Nope.
why.
So I just have a surplus. I buy all Anchor premium cables. I've just had really good success with them. They last a long time. I can get them in various lengths. I like the cable management. I like the braided. They're just durable. They've got good boots on them. This is just little things that I've learned over
I hear the
years
pop again. Sorry, I don't know whether it's you or it's my system now. I'm going to call it out every time I hear it.
yeah, I didn't hear it at all.
I'm not hearing it.
Okay.
So, but they have good solid boots. I like the braided lines. I like the cable management ties that they come with. And I've just had good luck with them. They're high voltage, 240 watt, capable cables. So if I'm just doing USB-C to USB-C, those are usually the ones I get. But I also buy my Thunderbolt 4 cables from Anchor. So
Do you
that's
have
typically my go-to.
Do you
Yeah,
have
see.
one laying around that you can show us like visually? Or maybe I'll just search on Amazon.
Yeah.
Anchor
Don't buy the ones
Hold
on
on.
Amazon.
USB-C 240 watt. So is it this one? Is it this one, Charles? Oh wait, he stepped away to go grab it. Oh wait, let me see. It looks like Matt is showing something. What is it? Oh, it's not focusing. Put it in front of your eyes. See if you have your. Oh no. Put it the same plane as your eyes. It's your face. Wait, let me make it big first. Let me see if I can. Oh wait, now both of you are showing cables. Okay. All right. Well, okay. Let's have Matt. Let's look at Matt. Thunderbolt 4 USB-C cable by OWC.
OWC, yeah.
Okay.
I've been burned by USB cables that aren't data cables, they're just for
which is
power.
what we were just talking about, like using that tester. You'll figure out. But this one should be good. The 240.
I use
watt.
Thunderbolt for everything, and therefore I don't get in trouble.
Well, that would be the best. Okay. Is this? Wait, let me see. Let's go back to Charles and see if you can show us again. This. Oh, okay. So not. Oh yeah, maybe it is the one. It is this one, right?
Yeah, it's that one.
Yeah.
So I use this one.
Are you talking
That's
about
not the exact
Thunderbolt?
one.
Or
Yeah,
regular?
that's not the.
That looks like a power only.
Yeah,
not,
that one's different. Maybe. Hold on.
the trick is the data. You've got to get ones that are data,
Right.
not just power. And
that's
with USB-C, that's a huge problem.
There you go.
Right.
This is the
Yes.
two. That one. Well, this is the Thunderbolt 4 though.
Yeah, I like this brand here.
Yeah.
You ever use Pluggable?
Wait, let me go to you. Hang on. Pluggable. No.
This is a Thunderbolt 4.
We've got to
cable.
figure out how to tell Rob to turn off his portrait mode.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's fine. We can see it. No, I do not know Pluggable, but I do have one. I think it's also by Anchor, if I'm not mistaken. Thunderbolt 5 that I have.
This is a Thunderbolt 4.
With when I got my Mac Mini, I went over to there. Okay, let me see. John says he likes OWC as well. King Paco, hello, welcome back. Hopefully we answered your question last week. I think we were. I was not me. I want to say for other people, but I was making sure that I got your questions answered. I only do active Thunderbolt cables though. Okay.
Yes, it's the way to go. You can't get in trouble if you just use Thunderbolt, but it is more expensive.
It is more expensive, yes.
But they're also much more durable cables. I've not found a cheap Thunderbolt cable. The Thunderbolt cables are always thick and strong.
And Thunderbolt cables too, it tends to the longer it is, the more expensive it is.
Yeah.
So you're gonna if
But
that's what you
generally
have.
true with all good cables.
Yeah.
I mean, you buy a XLR cable, you're going to pay longer per foot.
Yeah. Which we'll talk about. Let's talk about that on Soundcheck. We were talking about cables last week. We talked about.
I brought show and tell.
Yeah. All right.
Nice.
That's good.
That sounds good.
That's good. Okay. John says no. There are active and passive Thunderbolt cables. He said. Okay. And
I didn't know that.
The
What's
active
the
cables
difference?
give you the full throughput speed.
How can you tell the difference when you're buying them? I don't know.
Is it in the description? John, you should come
You-
join us.
You want to know what I buy for my kids?
What? Oh gosh.
Amazon special? You give them the bag? Is that what that
Do they
is?
just use it for charging?
Does it say?
That's it. Yeah, that's
Uh,
all they use it for. Yeah.
yeah.
It's just for charging. You know, if they didn't lose them every other day, then I would probably get them better cables. But you know, I'm not going to spend $40 on a cable for them to lose it in a day.
John says he'll hop on in a moment. So
I have a drawer full of cables and I have them separated by grade. Like, got the 2.0s in the back and then the 3.0s, and then the good ones are up front, you know, the
That's what I
really
do.
thick ones.
I wish I had a cable drawer. I don't. I have
Like
I have them
right here.
hanging up on the side of my desk.
Yeah, that's the way I'd like to do it, but I have a cat, so
well,
Had cats. They died finally. Now we're into dogs.
oh, just down to dogs now.
Yes. One dog left, then no more.
King Paco
Tired
also
of-
say he has.
I'm tired of animals getting in the way of my
Oh.
trips.
Yeah, and you know what? Yes, you gotta have to take that into considerations. How long you're gonna go and all that. King Packer said, "Yeah, I have a full box of cables." Yes.
I
can
have
come
a
on
whole
this.
crate of
I think
cables, but several actually. I still have 2 boxes of S video and RCA plug monster cables back when I had a full rack with patch cords and all that stuff.
got 14 drawers right here
that is
of all cables.
What kind of cable is that? That's
And
a TRRS to TRRS cable.
Yep.
With 190 degree.
with the 90 degree.
Yeah. TRRS. Okay, so if you I'm going to switch it back to RØDECaster again, because that is something that people ask all the time too. Not as much anymore, because the USB-C iPhones are more out there now, so it's less of an issue.
Right.
When Charles was going through,
Well, I was gonna say, like, this is still very. If I still had my OG, I would still be using
yeah,
with my computer.
yeah, because that's how you get your sound from your computer to your RØDECaster OG.
Yep.
So what I want to talk about there was if you have a RØDECaster OG, which Rob does, and if you want to connect your phone to take phone calls or use apps on like on your phone and bring sound into it for two-way communication, you can use the TRRS connection on the back. Okay, what are you showing, Matt? Show the important side. This is a lightning to what? Can you show the other end? That end. Oh, that's a lightning to HDMI. What is that?
HDMI, yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But I have the one that does audio as well. Yeah.
So the one that I'm thinking about is that's a USB-C. Is that the lightning to look at us dongles and adapters? Is that lightning? USB lightning to
lightning and USB.
USB. Okay. So it's what they call the camera adapter. USB 3.0 camera
That's
adapter.
What it was called.
Yeah.
Lightning to headphone, is that what you're saying?
I'm on USB-C already, so
And so what happened is, if you want to use that with mono audio, you would use TRRS. And TRRS has been in existence for the longest time. I remember when Clubhouse first came out, that was the thing that everybody uses. And when I switched to the RØDECaster Pro II, I really missed not having TRRS. I couldn't take phone calls through my RØDECaster.
You do it by Bluetooth?
You can, but you lose audio quality that way.
Well, you can go out to RCA.
Yeah.
Spoken like a true audio engineer.
Which is what I used back then. Do you remember? Oh my gosh, I just now thinking about that. I used to have, what is it called? The Zoom something. Let me see if I can dig it out. I have a drawer full of stuff.
I thought we were on Zoom. I didn't know it was no.
Not this Zoom, the other Zoom.
Oh, the other Zoom.
Yeah, the other Zoom.
Maybe I give them away.
Technology's gotten complicated when there's three things called the same thing.
Yeah,
Zoom meeting,
exactly.
Zoom meeting,
Zoom recorder,
order.
Zoom pancake.
Now there's another Zoom. I forget.
That's why I go with Tascam.
So anyway, I used to
I
do
had
that.
Tascam back in back in the cassette days and the
Right.
CD recorders.
Yep.
I wonder if Charles did that. I used that when I was
There goes the tail.
Charles, did you do that when I was using my Zoom? My Zoom, I forgot what it's called now. It's a box, and it convert your USB audio into RCA, and that's how I got my
I
audio.
remember that.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I remember
but
that.
anyway, simplify. Those are the history lessons that we don't need to go back anymore to right now. But because of TRRS, I was really missing the ability to take phone calls because then I have to switch. I actually have a switch to flip from TRRS A and B at some point so that I can do all like take phone calls. I'll flip it over, but when I switched over to my RØDECaster Pro II, I lost that connection, and therefore I cannot make phone calls using my RØDECaster Pro II. And it is not until the iPhone 15, is 15 the first one that came out with USB-C connection?
That's correct.
Yeah. So 15 is when I was so excited. I remember I was a few days before my trip. I tested it immediately before my trip as my phone arrived. I tested it and it worked and I was so happy. And then I left for my trip, came back and it didn't work anymore. And then I realized when you plug your USB device into your phone, it'll prompt you and ask you, is this a headphones or other accessories? If you choose, I was like, this is not headphones, this is a RØDECaster, this is an audio interface. So I choose other and it stopped working. And for weeks until Nee told me, it's like, you can change it in your setting on your phone to get that back. So which is what I did. So if you have an issue, I don't want to go through it if you don't experience that. If you do have that experience of not being able to use your USB-C connection on your iPhone with your RØDECaster Duo or RØDECaster Pro II and not seeing that as a headphones, please let me know in the comments and I'll show you next time how to fix it on your phone. Those were the days. But now, if you have a iPhone 15 or 16, it plugs into your RØDECaster Duo, RØDECaster Pro II like a charm. Like you just plug it, it just works. As long as you choose headphones. When it prompts you and asks you, are you connecting a pair of headphones or other accessories? Make sure you choose headphones. That way, it will see that as it'll do everything: phone calls, FaceTime, WhatsApp call, all that. It will do that, including apps that will. If you are experiencing those, where I think Arthur was the one who brought that up, because his phone is using Lightning and he can use Lightning to USB adapter, like what Charles was showing, to connect to this other app that he was using, But when he does that, it switches. Whenever there's two-way communication detected, it switches default back to the phone speaker and headphones, speaker and microphones. So if you have that issue, if you're using Lightning, that's a limitation. I'm super happy that it's the thing of the past now if you have a USB-C iPhone using with your RØDECaster Duo or Pro II. No more TRRS for me. I put them all in the bag. I have the cable. Don't get me wrong. Just in case, you never know when you're going to need that.
I mean, you still need them for coming out of like consumer grade wirelesses.
True. Yeah. So, okay. So King Paco said, what did he say? He said, I have a vocaster. Hey, somebody had a vocaster. Was it you, Rob? No. Rob, you're muted or we lost your audio again?
What's a vocaster? I've heard that before.
Oh, yeah. Okay, John IT just joined us.
I've heard
that must be John. We hear Mix Plus.
I hear repeat.
Yeah. Here's slap back from you, John.
Okay, that's me. All right, hold on.
Okay, I'm gonna add
All right, it should be fine now.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but it was cool. For
Okay,
a while
welcome,
there.
John. Okay, so welcome. You have an open back headphones too.
Oh yeah, these are the
990?
Dynamics.
Is it
1990?
19? Is it a newer one?
These are the
990.
better ones.
No, it's a 1990 Pro.
1990. 1990
ones.
Pro. Okay.
Yeah.
That's also removable, like a detachable. The cord
The
is
cable.
detachable. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So now, wait. I've got one other question coming in from King Paco. Let me see. I started streaming my game with Vocaster Fifine M8 microphone. Okay, Fifine's Fifine is popular.
Fine, yeah.
Fifine. Okay. And how
heard
did
a
you
lot of-
like it?
I've heard a lot of good things about that brand, actually.
M8 microphone. I'm gonna try and see if I can look it up so we can visually see what it looks like. Fifine M8 microphone. Is it a condenser or is it it's a dynamic? Is it? Is M8? Oh, he likes the microphone. Yeah.
It's an entry-level brand
Is it this one?
that you
Is
can
this
get
M8?
online here. But it's actually a really decent mic.
Not sure if this is an M8 or not. And do you use it with your RØDECaster? No, he used it with the vocaster. Yeah, I've heard of vocaster. We talked a lot about it when it first came out with Sean. Vocaster, those. And it's really good, especially
That's the
for
one, yeah.
visual impaired users, I think, because it will do like speech, like it'll announce in your ears. And RØDECaster does not. It's not very friendly when it comes
That's made
to
for like a 2-person podcast only, right?
yeah, two microphones. I think they have two inputs. But I've heard good stuff about it. But it also relies on I think it relies on the software too, like on your computer as well. Because it will remember on the hardware, but you set things up on the hardware, on the software itself on the computer. Okay.
I thought it was hardware only. I mean, yeah, it's setup wise, but that's the way, I'm using the streamer right now, and you have to set it up with Rode Central, but you don't have to have Rode Central
You'll
once you
remember.
have it set.
Yeah, it's stick. Yeah. The settings and all that sticks. I'm gonna go back to, before I come back to you, John. I am going to look at the additional information that Michelle just shared with us a while ago. She said it's Windows 11 Home, Intel Core M3, 8100Y, 8 gig of RAM.
That's low for RAM.
The Zoom, it's like a web, what is it called? It's a tablet. But it's still low. But PodTrack, I still have mine that doesn't pull as much power. Okay, so Michelle's talking about, because she's still, so do you only use your microphone, Michelle? What are you using your RØDECaster Duo for in that situation with your tablet? If you just use your microphone, then nothing wrong with that. Oh, podcasting and karaoke. Oh, wow. Using a tablet for podcasting. Oh. So this whole conversation started when she asked, does RØDECaster Duo utilizes a lot of power? Because when she plugs into the hub that she has, it takes all the other, this one right here, it takes away the power of all the other peripherals.
On the Duo?
Yes.
Oh, the Duo has the same.
But
it's
again,
the same as the RØDECaster Pro, right? It has a power brick plus you can plug in the USB. I mean,
yes.
it will run on USB only, but you're better off
Yeah.
using the power plug.
I don't think it will run on it just by itself. It'll tell you that there's not enough power, so you always have to use the power.
Yeah, on the RØDECaster 2, I'm sure, but the Duo maybe. I'm running the streamer currently
Yes.
on just the power from the hub.
Yeah, I think the Duo requires power too. It will show if you only have power on, and not have, if you only have the data portion of it, like the USB 1 connected, it
Right.
will not. It will tell you on your RØDECaster that there's not enough power
Not
or
enough
something.
power.
Yeah. Okay, okay, hide the comment. Okay, all right. So, but so the conversation started with that. I don't know. I think it uses, it's either data, like it needed enough data port for it, and I just wouldn't recommend using the. I mean, if that's what you have, you're have to figure it out. I'm not sure. Like it sounds like the tablet might be limiting what you can do if you want to use a RØDECaster. Maybe you can use your because it does a whole lot more. The RØDECaster.
Yeah, one of the issues is how and I'm rusty. I haven't used Windows in a while, but I used to be in Microsoft certified systems engineer, so I have a lot of history in it. When they started splitting the OSs between home and pro, and they turn off all kinds of stuff, that may affect it too. But I don't know. I'm just giving you things to try.
Well, you know what? I think we should start wrapping up because we have 1 more minute before this hour end. However, if you're on Zoom, just hang tight as usual. I'm just going to switch over to Soundcheck, and Ray, I didn't even get to talk to you yet. So Ray, please follow us over to Soundcheck. Michelle and Paula, if you want to, you're invited to go over to Soundcheck House on Clubhouse, and then we'll continue the conversation over there. We'll see you in a moment. Bye.